Hey girls, so it's exciting that you are interested in trying out for the Colorguard. These videos that I'll be posting are to help you get ready for your audition since we cannot have our normal training period. So we're trying to work out how to get a piece of equipment to you if you don't have a flag, but until then you can use a broom or a mop. Sounds silly, but you will get to learn these hand placements that I'll be showing you on my flag. So the first thing I'm going to show you is called a right shoulder. This is the position we go to before we start our basics. And our basics are a way to strengthen your muscles so that you'll be able to do the show material. So it's kind of the Colorguard equivalent of a scale on your instrument. So a right shoulder placement, you have your left hand at the crutch tip. That's the bottom of the pole. We also have a crutch tip on the top of the pole. So your bottom hand will be covering the crutch tip. Your right hand will be at the tab. That is where the flag and the flag and the pole meet. Okay? You want your pole away from your body, and you want your elbows boxed out. You don't want them sucked into your body. So box out. My feet are in a second position, which means they're just shoulder width apart, separated. Okay? So that's a right shoulder. Make sure you go through that checklist whenever we get together, and you will be able to start the basics with us. Now, we're gonna start a drop spin. This is something that is used to, again, strengthen your muscles, and it's done as a warm-up for us before we start going over routines. So I'm in my right shoulder position. On count 8, we count off 5, 6, 7, 8. And on count 8, I'm going to physically squeeze the pole. That's gonna keep you from going too early. So on count 8, I will squeeze the pole. On 8 and, I'm going to drop my left hand just down by my side, and then I'm going to go on an angle. I did not move the height of my arm, I just moved my wrist. So I just moved it on an angle. And this is to get ready for the drop spin. So we'll go back to right shoulder, and let's put that together. 5 and 6. And 5 and 6 and 7 and squeeze and. It's very quick. Squeeze and. Okay? Now I'm going to turn around so you can see me in the mirror and see how my flag is going. So when I go from 5, my prep from 5 to 8, 5 and 6 and 7 and squeeze and. Now from here, you're going to drop your flag down to where your belly button is. And my left hand is going to add on. My thumb is going to be down. Very important. I go under my right hand. So this is count 1. Okay, so we'll go back up to that shoulder and do 1 count. Don't forget about your initiation, squeeze and. 5 and 6 and 5 and 6 and 7 and squeeze and 1. So both of my thumbs are down. And I join my left hand under my right hand. Now from here, count 2, you take your right hand off the pole, rotate up with your left, and add it back on the bottom. And that is a full drop spin. So from the front, it'll look like this. 5 and 6 and 7 and squeeze and 1, 2. So my count 1, both of my thumbs are down. And I'm at my belly button. You don't want to be up here. You want to be down at your belly button. Okay? And then count 2, I rotate the flag up and I add my hand on the bottom. Both of my thumbs are up. So flag is down, thumbs are down, flag is up, thumbs are up. So in order to practice that, do at least 16 in order. And that will help strengthen your muscles and know how the hand placements need to go for a drop spin. So 16 counts, you just repeat that spin motion. Down 1, up 2, down 3, up 4, down 5, up 6, down 7, down, up 8. So one more time, I have to look together. 5 and 6 and 7 and squeeze and 1, up, 2, 3, up, 4, 5, up, 6, 7, and 8. So that is a drop spin. Practice doing it in sets of 16. I just did 8, but you just keep that position. Make sure thumb is down, flag is down, thumbs are up, flag is up. Okay, the second video is going to show you another basic. It is called a pole hit. And it's going to look like a toss, but it is not a toss. It's a flip, not a toss. So you want to keep your arms at the same level. You're going to go out and close and out and close. If you try to lift your arms up, it does turn into a toss, and that's not what we want for this exercise. This is going to help your top of your muscles, your biceps, get ready to toss, but we're not going to toss for this exercise. So for pole hits, you start with your flag down. You have your right hand again at the tab, but it's in a different position now. Your left hand, I have 2 tape spots. These are called cheaters, and they're hand placement markers for us as we learn routines. So for pole hits, it's going to be at this top cheater. Again, my elbows are boxed out. That's very important. And my right hand is at my belly button, just like my spin spot for my drop spins. So a pole hit means I'm going to let go of the flag, but I'm not going to lift up like I just showed you with my arm motions. I'm going to pull the pole out and let it go, and then squeeze it. It's going to do 1 pole flip, and the pole should be back up. Okay? My right hand will stay right by my hip. That's very important. My left hand will stay up in the air, so it's going to hit this same motion. So a pole hit. 1 pole hit looks like this. Out, squeeze. Okay? Notice my hands went exactly back where they started. That's very important. While you learn, it won't happen that way. You might hit here, you might hit up, but as soon as you get the motion of it, it will turn into hitting that spot every single time. Just keep practicing if it doesn't do that. So a set of pole hits goes like this. You put pauses in between for the first set. So you'll go out 1, 2, hold 3, 4, out 5, 6, hold 7, 8, out 9, 10, hold 11, 12, out 13, 14, hold 15, 16. Okay? So I'll show you that first set facing towards the mirror. 1, 2, hold 3, 4, 5, 6, hold 7, 8, 9, 10, hold 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So that's half of the set. Now to finish the set, we do continuous, which means every count. We will not have the pauses this time. So for the second portion of the set, you go continuous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, I'll show you from behind. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, hold 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Now, again, you have to make sure that on those continuous ones, you can't just let it just go without, it has to have a small pause, even though we're not doing the long pause like the first half. So out, squeeze, out, squeeze. So make sure you're making that small pause still with the continuous. So when we say we're going to do 1 set, we're going to put those 2 pieces together. We're going to start with the ones of the pausing, and we're going to have next the ones that are more continuous. So when we say 1 set, this is how it'll be. 1, 2, hold 3, 4, 5, 6, hold 7, 8, 9, 10, hold 11, 12, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and stop. Now, once you get 1 set, You can add, we usually do about 5 or 6 sets to gain that muscle. So just make sure that once you have the basic down, you can add more reps to get your muscles ready. So here is one set facing the mirror. 1, 2, hold 3, 4, 5, 6, hold 7, 8, 9, 10, hold 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 3, 4, and stop. So that is a pull hit. Try to go through slowly. Don't jump into the continuous ones right away. Do the ones with the pauses a few times to get the gist of the maneuver, and then you can move on to the full set. All right, guys, I'm going to teach you a toss that you will need for the routine. It is called a pole hit release. So we're going to use that skill of a pole hit from the last video, but this time we're going to incorporate a release or a toss with it. So you will do 2 pole hits just like you just learned in the second video. Out, squeeze, But this time you're going to pull down with your left hand. You have to put them very sharp because that's going to get the rotation out with the pole. And then you're going to, with your right hand, you're going to lift up so that it gets the height it needs. Your right hand is going to be like a steering wheel. If I release down here, my thigh will be down here. If I release up, my thigh will go up. So it's almost like you're doing a big pole hit. So I'm going to do my 2 pole hits. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm going to release. Up, squeeze. Okay? So again, pole, hit, and up, squeeze. Notice I left my right arm up until the last second I needed to squeeze it. That's to help your form as you let go. And it also just looks nice if we all look the same, have our arm up and we're looking up and then we catch together. So I'll show you from the back. Out, squeeze, up, squeeze. One more time. Out, squeeze,